What if I told you that lab tests for ADHD actually do exist, but most doctors don't know about it? Now, to be clear, there isn't just one test that will diagnose it. In fact, they don't diagnose ADHD at all. That's still done subjectively with a checkoff list that your teacher or a parent or even a doctor fills out. But what if I told you that there are some functional lab tests that can uncover the root cause of your child's ADHD symptoms? So instead of a checklist where somebody just marks off that they have hyperactivity or impulsivity or lack of attention, it's actually giving us real data about what's going on inside your child's biology and in their body. Hi, I'm Monica Perez Garcia. I'm a registered dietitian specializing in pediatric ADHD. And in today's video, I'm going to go over the top 7 reasons why functional lab testing are crucial when your child is suspected or diagnosed with ADHD. But before I keep going, make sure you subscribe to my channel to receive the latest videos and updates. So reason number 1 on why functional lab testing is crucial for your ADHD child is because it helps us uncover the root cause of their symptoms. So ADHD symptoms are not just behavioral. The traditional way of diagnosing ADHD is to have a form where parents or teachers check off lists on behaviors and lack of focus, etc. But what if I told you that there are things that could be happening inside the body biologically that could be causing or contributing to these symptoms? But the only way to know this is to do functional lab testing. This will help us uncover what is driving or contributing to their symptoms. And no 2 children are alike. We all have different exposures, environments, genetics, what was going on with the mom and the dad at birth. So all of these different things contribute to your child's biology. And so each child is individual and completely different from the other child. And so you could have 2 children with the same ADHD diagnosis and even the same exact symptoms. But once we do the functional lab testing, we can uncover completely different reasons for why these things are happening. And this is the reason why functional lab testing helps us uncover what it is that's causing these symptoms. Reason number 2, the functional lab testing is crucial for your ADHD child is because we get to uncover any nutrient deficiencies or imbalances that can be affecting their brain and their overall health. So we do know that children with ADHD tend to have more nutrient imbalances and deficiencies, and there's lots of research backing this up. So things like magnesium, zinc, iron, omega-3s, tons of research on how these are typically deficient or imbalanced in children with ADHD when compared to those without ADHD. But the truth is that we don't know specifically what your child needs. And the only way to figure that out is to do functional lab testing. This will help us uncover if your child in fact does need supplementing, or if they do need certain nutrients, or perhaps they have too much of a nutrient, which we often see with copper. So these things, unless we know for certain what they are, we cannot properly address them and bring them into balance. And we know for certain that these nutrients have a major impact on brain health and behaviors and neurotransmitters. So if we don't address any of these, then the brain cannot function optimally. So gut health, we know, is crucial. We know that the gut and the brain are connected and they do speak to each other. The gut is actually nicknamed the second brain, and for a good reason. 90% of the serotonin in your child's body is actually created in the gut. And so we need to have a well-functioning gut in order to have optimal health and optimal brain health, and in fact, reduce ADHD symptoms. And so I see it all the time where we can have 2 children with same set of symptoms, but completely different gut results. And the reason for this, like I mentioned earlier, is that your child's exposure, the way that they were born, the time that they spend outside, all of these things play into your child's microbiome. And so unless we can see specifically what's going on with them, we can't properly address it. So having a healthy gut is crucial for ADHD. And some of the things that we see could be that maybe they don't have enough of the good guys, or they have an overgrowth of the bad guys, or perhaps they have a leaky gut. So all of these things, and gut inflammation, gut dysbiosis, the list goes on and on for all the different things that could be going on. Not to mention, if their gut is off, it means that they may not even be absorbing half of the things that we're giving them, including food and supplements. And so having the gut working optimally is crucial to understanding your child's overall health and how to help them reduce their ADHD symptoms naturally. Reason number 4 that functional lab testing is crucial for your ADHD child is because it can reveal detox issues. And so we know that we live in a toxic environment. There are lots of things in the air, in the soil, in our water that we are constantly being exposed to. But in order for us to be able to handle these things, our body must be able to detox properly. And we know that most children with ADHD have difficulty detoxing. And so this is something we need to take a look at, because if your child's detox capacity is reduced, then it will be very difficult for them to clear out the different toxins that they're being exposed to. So the only way we know if this is something they're dealing with is by doing functional lab testing. So super important. Detox is probably one of the biggest things I see holding up progress for a child, and it does need to be addressed. Reason number 5 that functional lab testing is crucial for your ADHD child is because what if there is a hidden infection or toxin that is affecting their symptoms? So things like lead or mold or even Lyme can all contribute or cause ADHD symptoms. And the only way to know if your child is dealing with any of those is to run lab testing. So reason number 6 on why your child needs functional lab testing if they've been diagnosed or suspected of ADHD is because they could be dealing with something called pyroluria. So cryptopyrroles is a chemical that your child could potentially be making in high levels that is actually depleting 2 nutrients which are crucial for brain health. And so I see this very often in my practice where we have a child that has high levels of these pyrroles or this chemical in their body. And what happens is that it binds to B6 and zinc, and it makes them have very severe deficiencies in some cases in these 2 nutrients. And so if these are not discovered through functional lab testing and addressed with personalized supplementation, it will be very difficult to be able to outrun these deficiencies caused by the cryptopyrroles. And this is a simple urine test that most people don't know about, but can reveal something that can be life-changing for some of these children. And so depending on the results, will determine how much of these nutrients we need to replenish. But I do see this pretty often with the kids that I work with, and it's something that I always rule out when I start working with someone new because it makes that much of a difference. And so this is a big reason why I love functional lab testing for children with ADHD. So the last reason why I feel like functional lab testing is crucial for your child with ADHD is because each child is unique and each child is different. And without having these tests, there's no way of knowing what's driving their symptoms. And like I said earlier, each child is unique. And so what happens with one child compared to another child with the same exact symptoms can be completely different. And so the only way to find out is to test, not guess. So just guessing and trying different supplements and different things is not only a waste of time and money, but doesn't move the needle or make progress for your child with ADHD. And it leaves us resorting to medications and all these other things that we're trying to stay away from. So doing these tests is crucial. Now, I don't want to say that food is not important, because it is, but this is another part of it that I feel belongs as part of the treatment to help your child reduce their symptoms naturally. And so if you want to learn more ways to help your child with ADHD, go to my bio and download my quick start guide for ADHD, and it lists 6 different things that you can do now to start helping your child. And just remember that your child's brain is not broken, it's just out of balance.